Hello everybody, John with SB California Bushcraft. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to be with you all here today. In today's episode, we're going to be reviewing a brand new backpack and chest rig piece by LA Police Gear, so stick around. Alright my friends, so this is the brand new backpack from LA Police Gear that I now use as a day hiking kit. Let me go and give you guys a 360. Now, one thing you may notice or you may not notice, this was the first thing I noticed when I took this backpack out of the box. And that is, it kind of reminds me a little bit of a Maxpedition backpack that another fellow YouTuber on YouTube, Mike from MCQ Bushcraft has sported for quite a long time, and that was from Maxpedition. So this backpack definitely kind of reminds me of that pack in question. But I do have to say though, this backpack here is really made of some very, very nice quality materials. So first of all, let's go ahead and get started with a couple of the basic features. First thing, we've got a very nice waist strap on the bottom of my body here. And as you can see, very simple, very easy to use, and not to mention it's very comfortable as well. I mean, I've been hiking with this backpack now, doing some day hikes with this pack for the last 4 weeks, for the last about 3 months now. I've been doing some 3 months worth of testing now, and I have to say I am very impressed with just how well not only this backpack performs, but just how well it actually works and fits and contours to my body. One thing you will notice here is I do have a hydration port. I do have a hydration bladder on this pack, so there are dual hydration ports on this pack. And there's also 2 additional buckles. I don't know if you can see that. I'll have to bring it in a little bit closer so that way you guys can actually see the buckles themselves that are on this pack, so that we can get a more feel for it. A nice sternum strap toward the top of the bag here, toward the top of the pack, which fits very comfortably. It's not rugging against my body, and I have to say, even with hiking with this pack, when I'm just walking around or just standing around, this pack is very, very comfortable. Now, a couple of other nice features too. I also do like. I'm going to go ahead and take the pack off here. Is that this pack also features quick release buckles on the bottom, on the end of the straps here, and there's also some strap keepers as well on the pack, which keeps the straps nice and secure and also keeps the amount that you need. And then again, quick release buckles on both sides. Excuse me, on both sides of the pack here. Very nice. Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that. I needed some water. Now, let's talk about what's on the outside of the pack. Let's go and flip the pack around. Starting with the back. So obviously we got 3 pockets. We got a main pocket and the 2 top pockets up on the outside of the pack here. And as you can see, there is plenty of MOLLE webbing along the front of the pack. This backpack is made under 600D nylon, which is very nice. Now, in case you're wondering about this guy right here, this actually houses a 32-inch plastic Nalgene water bottle. No, this guy did not come with the pack. I actually added this additional accessory to this pack. This is actually a Condor pouch, and I found this at a Army Navy surplus store here in Simi Valley. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. SB California Bushcraft, which stands for Santa Paula. I'm here in Simi Valley because my fiance is out here, so I can be with her and hang out with her. So getting back to the packing, that's a different story. Anyway, getting back to the pack, you've also got some dual compression straps both on the bottom here and on the bottom and the top. And as you can see on the compression straps themselves, they do have strap keepers for the straps, which means you can use as much as you want. Now, a couple of things to note on this particular pack is that there is no strapping on the bottom of the pack, and there is also no drainage hole. This pack is water resistant, but is not waterproof. Again, water resistant, but not waterproof. 2 two different things. So let's go ahead and dive into the pack, and let's show you the rest of the pack itself. Now, first off, we're going to start off with the bottom pouch. We're going to unbuckle the compression straps on both sides. And again, one thing I love about this pack too is that it's got plenty of MOLLE webbing. So there's enough MOLLE webbing for me to be able to use to strap on whatever I want to on the front of this pack. So first, we're going to start off with the big pouch. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go through a lot of the gear that's in here. Oh, come on. There we go. That's better. We're not going to go through all the gear that's in this pack. You've seen a lot of this gear a lot of the times. So we're not going to talk about it that much. But again, we got an SOL baby bag, some gloves, flour, some sugar and creamer. Mix of the two. Water filter. Fire starting material inside this guy. Zip fire starters. These things are dynamite, by the way, if you never used them. SOL emergency blanket. And of course, a roll of duct tape. And all this fits comfortably in this pack. Just gotta make a few little adjustments here as you loading the pack. Get that zip back up here. So that's the bottom pouch. Now the top pouch. Again, very nice on the outside. I got my stove, got my pocket rocket, an extra stove. This is a sterno. Some paracord, my eating utensils, dry bag, some more paracord. You know, they say you can never have enough paracord. Well, no, I understand. Larger thin paracord, carabiners, more carabiners on some paracord loops, small portable shovel, a lighter, and of course a small SOL emergency stove with fuel tabs. And I also have extra fuel tabs in the pack, so that's why I have these. Good thing to have in case I need it for an emergency, or if I'm in an area where I can't really start a fire. But I do have to say, it does come in handy. Whew. Some of the stuff's been sitting in my truck. I had the stuff in my truck, and it's cold. All right, so now let's go into the main pouch. So the main pouch. Now, main pouch is simple and easy. Got my knife right here. I don't have it on my belt. Got some extra carabiners. This is for a project that we're going to be working on a little bit later. Got my first aid, Bear Grylls water bottle, a tarp, another emergency blanket, which can also be used for a tarp. I might go ahead and take this one out, especially since I have the other SOL tarp and blanket in there. I didn't think of that. Next, a bottle of water. Now, obviously, the one question that some people are going to be wondering: why do I have 3 bottles of water along with a hydration bottle? Well, for a couple of things. One, the 32-ounce water bottle that's in the conduit pouch. That water bottle is specifically used for cooking. So I use that one to basically boil my water, And that allows me to make my food. And most of the food that I bring when I go on my day hikes, I didn't bring any food with me this time, but most of the food that I bring with me on my day hikes are rehydrated meals. So those are easier to make with that water bottle. Second of all, this guy here, this water bottle is not only used for drinking, but I can also use this for cleaning and for cleaning my gear, cleaning some of my cooking utensils and equipment and stuff that I use. So that's why I have an extra water bottle. The Bear Grylls water bottle, that's just there if I need some extra water to drink, or if I run into somebody on the trail, they don't have any water and they need some water, they can drink out of that. Plain simple. I've also got a small 5x7 tarp. This is a Walmart tarp. Very nice tarp, by the way. And I've also got my light my fire bowl and plate. Another shovel. This is a Coleman shovel. Not the best, but it does the job of what I need to do. And of course, I've also got my Stanley coffee press cooking pot system. Now, I did have before a Stanley cook pot, but unfortunately, that kicked the bucket on me. I was not expecting it. I accidentally dropped it, and well, needless to say, I ran over it with my car. Ugh, that was embarrassing. But now I have a multi-purpose item, and that's this guy right here. I can not only carry and drink coffee, but I also have water in this as well for my coffee as well, so I can use the pot to boil my water and make my food and make coffee, because it does have the French press feature, which I do like a lot. I've done a video on this particular coffee system. You ought to check that out. I absolutely love this coffee system from Stanley. Stanley has done a phenomenal job with this system. And of course, extra 10 steaks in case I had to stay out. That's the case depending on where I'm hiking. If I get into a situation where I had to stay overnight, I can. So let's talk about the inside of the pack. As you can see, there's plenty of room on the inside of the main pack here, and there's a lot of room. There's also, let's see, you got a sleeve for obviously for the hydration bladder, and a mesh protector. And there's also, I don't know if you guys can see it that good, but there is also a foam pad on the inside of the pack right here, which helps keeps not only the backpack rigid on my back, but it also keeps the hydration bladder away from the back and the rest of my gear away from my pack too. I really like that. Oh, forgot to mention, there's also a mesh pocket right here where I keep my emberlet stove, and of course my Cooligans folding sign. So overall with this particular pack in question, what do I like and what do I dislike about it? Well, first of all, let's definitely talk about the likes. Obviously, one thing I do like about it is its durability. I mean, 600D nylon, which is very nice materials overall. It does a great job of not only keeping the load off my back, but it's very comfortable. And that is always something I always look for in a backpack, whether I'm day hiking or going on an overnight adventure, or if I'm just camping in general. I want a backpack that is comfortable on my back. And I have to say, this pack does a phenomenal job of that. No argument there. Pros and cons. First the pros. Obviously, the first pro on this pack is definitely going to be the price. The price of this pack right here is only, get this, $34.99. That's right, you heard me. $34.99. And you can find this pack on the LA Police Gear website. I'm going to leave a link in the video description below, as well as a link where you can get this pack. And you can get this in multicolors. This is the green color. You can also get this in multicam and coyote. And I think you can also get it in black and brown too, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, very nice pack. Absolutely love it. Now, a couple of cons, probably two cons at the most. Obviously, the first con is that this pack does not have strap edge on the bottom of the pack, so I can strap something on the bottom of the pack. And that's fine. I've actually found a way where, since I normally carry a sweater or a jacket, what I can go ahead and do is that obviously, as you guys can tell, there's plenty of MOLLE webbing. So one of the things I can do is I can throw my jacket here on the top of the pack, strap it down with both of the compression straps, and what that does is that it allows me to carry my jacket or my sweater on the top of my pack without worrying about it flopping around back and forth. Uh-oh. Don't ask. That'll be another time. So overall, what does the rating I give this pack? Best out of 10. I would definitely have to give it an 8, just because one, it doesn't have, just because it's missing a drainage port on the bottom of the pack, but still a great pack overall. So let's go ahead and put this aside. We'll talk about the next piece of this that's part of this gear, and that is the chest rig. Oops. I forgot to put my plate and bolts back into my pack here. There's always something you forget, I swear. Alright, so this is my chest rig that I also bought to coincide with my backpack, with my 3-day pack, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with just how comfortable this fits. So there are 3 pouches on both sides of the pack. We're not going to go over the insides of we're not going to go over the contents, obviously, for this particular video. A lot of the stuff that's in the inside of this guy has not really changed that much. But what we do want to go ahead and talk about is definitely the materials. So first thing we want to talk about is going to be the neck strap. The neck strap itself, with just wearing this guy by itself, this guy is very, very comfortable. I have to say I'm very impressed with how comfortable this particular piece of gear is. So, and second thing, front of the pack, obviously we've got a zipper open system to allow it to basically open up and flex out. There's some nice mesh material, so it's breathable. So that means when I wear my sweater, if I just have the pack on by itself, or this guy by itself, it will still keep me cool, especially when hiking in in crazy or frigid weather. Another thing too, I also do like about this particular piece is that you got 3 pouches on both sides. One here, there's 3 here, and there's also some ghost webbing on the front of this particular pouch here in question too, and that's a very, very nice feature that I like about this. On the back of the piece here, there is a strap. There's 2 straps that connect together. There we go. My glasses are starting to fog up a little bit here. That's okay. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. So this particular chest rig itself is very, very comfortable. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys how we put everything together along with the backpack. So basically it's simple. Multiple ways of doing it. I find this is the easiest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my backpack on first. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbuckle one strap, and I'm going to plug it right up here up top. And I'm going to unplug the last strap. This is the neck strap for the chest rig. Some good padding right here, fits nicely. Now I can go ahead and strap on that guy there. And then if I want to go ahead and put the retention strap, which is going to be the chest strap on, all I have to do is just unzip this guy. Plug it in. And then strap it on. That's all I gotta do, plain and simple. And I can also leave this guy on too while I'm hiking. And if I decide I want to take the whole thing off, I could just take the whole thing off without taking the chest rig off. And as far as the strap for the chest rig, I can just basically flatten it down. And I can pop it into one of the two pockets of my rig here. So again, water resistant, but not waterproof. Same material as the backpack, 600D, and of course some nylon, and of course you got the ghost webbing on the front. Very cool feature. So price of the chest rig by itself without the backpack is, I have the book here, hang on a second. I actually got a advertisement from LA Police Gear. And this pack, the chest rig was, and my backpack was actually featured in here. So incidentally, if none of you guys have ever heard of LA Police Gear, I know there's one particular channel that talks about it a lot, and that is Sensible Prepper. He's been impressed with a lot of their gear that they have, and I have to say I agree with him 100%. I am definitely impressed with a lot of their gear that they have here. Also too, they've got some other cool stuff. They've also got some other cool stuff as well. Boots, shoes, other bags, carrying kits for your guns and rifles, all kinds of stuff. Let me see if I can find what they're selling these things for. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention too, the pack also does come in a gray color. Price for the LA Police Gear attachment system, this is $24.99 by itself, and again the backpack itself is $34.99. So all in all, I paid about, if you include shipping, roughly around 60 bucks. And that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all for both of these pieces. And I do love how they fit perfectly on my back. They are very nice, and they're contoured perfectly. So if you guys got any questions about this gear, or about the pack, or about the chest rig, leave me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And also too, don't forget to send me just an email if you have any questions about this, or you can always ask me some questions down in the comment section below. And overall rate with the chest rig itself, by itself, for comfort and for the features, definitely have to give this guy a 1 out of 10 rating. Definitely have to give this guy a 9. A 9, actually no, they make it a 9. Yeah, I'll give it a 9. Yeah, 9's good. A couple of other few reasons is that one of the things I would have loved to see is I would have loved to see more a little bit more strappage maybe. I think that's probably the one complaint I would have about this, but it still works. And of course, the last thing I definitely do want to mention is that as a system, overall, the rating as a system, I definitely have to give this, even though the pack again doesn't have straps on the bottom to strap like a bag, like a jacket or a sweater, and it doesn't have a drainage hole. I mean, the pack itself was at 8.5, but as a full-blown system put together with the pack and the chest rig, this definitely deserves a 9.5. Definitely a 9.5. No argument there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for joining me today. Get outside in the woods, have some fun, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you for joining me today. Bye.